This is John Cola with OKRod.com. Today I have another exciting episode for you. First thing is first, I'd like to wish you guys all a happy new year, happy 2013. Maybe you found this video because it's your New Year's resolution to lose weight. So that's what I'll be covering today, actually, the easiest way to lose weight without exercise. Now, yes, you did hear me right. You know, most people literally, they eat what they're eating and then they go to the gym, get a gym membership, and many people don't even go to the gym after they get a gym membership to try to work off all the calories and all the food they've been eating so that they can lose weight. Well, I'm here to tell you that while that is an answer, you got to work hard at the exercise. I think a lot easier answer is reduce the calorie consumption, but increase the nutrient density of the foods you're eating. In this way, you're going to easily lose weight, not have those cravings, and you're going to be healthier in the end. I mean, hopefully you guys don't want to just lose weight to look good. Hopefully you guys want to lose weight because of the many factors and many dis-eases that occur in the body because of excess weight. You may be more prone to things like heart disease and diabetes. And before I go any further, I want to say that this video is for educational purposes only. And if I was overweight like I was 17 years ago, I'm sharing with you guys what I would specifically do to lose weight, and actually what's worked for me for all these years to keep that weight off. There's no big fad diets, nothing like that. This is a program that you can stick with day in and day out that just simply works. I know you might be thinking, I've tried all the different diets. I tried the low carb diet, I tried the Atkins diet, I tried this diet, I tried the South Beach diet. I tried these diets and they don't work. Well, I don't want you guys to get on a diet. I want you guys to change your lifestyle or have a diet style that's gonna last you forever. Because that is what truly works. All these fad diets, they come and they go, and you might lose a few pounds now, but then you know what, you'll get off the plan, you'll gain more weight later. So you can be a success if you do it just right. And I wanna commend you guys for actually watching this video, because I know up to this point, if you're watching this video and you are overweight, you've been a success at something, and you've been a success at knowing how to gain weight on your specific diet you're on now. So, just knowing that, you're ahead of the game because now you know what not to do. I want to share with you guys what you should be doing to lose weight, to stay fit and trim, not without exercise in the beginning. So to put it straight up, the easiest way to lose weight without exercise is by increasing the nutrient density of food, at the same time reducing the caloric intake. There are things called macronutrients, which are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and then there are the micronutrients, such as the vitamins, minerals, and the phytochemicals. Most foods found in America today are full of the macronutrients. We're all led to believe that we need protein to be strong, and all this kind of stuff. Well, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates are not nearly important, in my opinion, as the micronutrients, the minerals, the trace minerals, the vitamins, and more importantly, the phytochemicals and antioxidants inside the foods. For example, did you know that kale contains over 1,000 different nutrients, 1,000 different things in there? It's not just, calories or something like that. Actually, it's actually very low in calories, but high in nutrition. It's actually one of the most nutritious foods on the planet. And how many of you guys have eaten your kale lately? Probably not too many. So what I want to focus on the diet style I'm recommending, is actually eat high nutrient density food. So the vegetables are the highest, and then followed by the fruits. So these are the most two nutrient dense foods. The lowest things on the nutrient density scale are processed foods and animal products. They tend to have a lot of those macronutrients, but a small amount of the micronutrients. And have you ever eaten and you eat a lot of food, but you still feel hungry? That's because you're feeding your body all the big macronutrients, the proteins, the fats, and the carbohydrates, but you're not feeding the nutrients to your body that it really needs, all those micronutrients, the phytochemicals, the antioxidants, the vitamins, and the minerals, because most processed foods are devoid of that. The next question is, John, how do I do this? How do I eat more fruits and vegetables? Well, if I was in your situation and want to lose weight and get healthier, it'd be very simple to do this. And to do this, I basically make some changes to what I'm eating. You want to eat the majority of your diet fruits and vegetables, and that's fresh fruits and vegetables, not canned, bottled, or jar. Fresh fruits and vegetables have all the nutrients in it as found in nature. I mean, think of a chimpanzee or a monkey or a giraffe or a cow. Out in nature, they're eating their natural diet of grass, leaves, and fruits. And you know, how many of those guys are overweight? Unless you go to a zoo, you know, you're not going to see animals that are overweight. They're all their perfect body type. And if we were eating our perfect diet, you know, as found in nature, without processing, without man intervention, we would be a lot healthier and actually not gain weight as well. For example, it's very hard, and I challenge you guys to try to overeat and eat as many vegetables, leafy greens and vegetables, as you'd like. And it's very hard. You can't eat enough to gain weight because there's very low in calories but a lot of nutrients. Now, if you're eating fruits, especially the fatty fruits, you could probably go ahead and do that if you ate a lot of avocados, but non-fatty fruits, it'd be almost impossible to gain weight, you know, on eating just non-fatty fruits. So you might be thinking, John, how do I start this program of eating more fresh fruits and vegetables? Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to get you guys motivated, you know. Just seeing me, and I'm a fit and trim guy, and I don't exercise too much, although I do exercise. You know, how do you do it? Well, the simplest thing for you guys to do is actually go to hulu.com and watch a movie called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. This is where a gentleman from Australia comes to the US and lives on fruits and vegetable juices for a period of time called a juice fast. I would actually call that a juice feast. And, you know, he got a lot healthier. And that's what I want each and every one of you guys out there to do, is eat more fruits and vegetables because they're the best foods on the earth. What's the plan to do this? Well, the simple plan that I recommend is, you know, you have 3 meals in a day and some snacks. You know, for example, you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And what I recommend to you guys is for 2 of those meals, it'd be best to do the breakfast and the lunch, eat fruits and vegetables. And it's very simple to eat fruits and vegetables. You could have like a nice big salad. You could make a fresh vegetable or fruit juice with your juicer. You could also make a fruit smoothie or a green smoothie with your blender. So in this way, you could really maximize the amount of nutrition you're getting in. Now, when you're taking in the vegetables and the fruits, they're very high in water content, which will hydrate you. And they're also very high in the nutrients. And if you're blending them or eating them whole, they're also high in the fiber. So you're getting optimal nutrition, plus the fiber is gonna keep you satiated and keep your belly full so you're feeling satisfied. So the last meal of the day for dinner, I'd recommend eating a nice large salad, and then, you know, the second part of your dinner, have the normal food you're normally eating so that you don't get any cravings. You're not feeling psychological like, man, I'm really missing the other food. In addition, for snacks, I'd recommend maybe just eating an apple or an orange or a banana. You know, just eat some fresh fruit for snacks. Now, I know you might be thinking, John, what about exercise? In the title, you said you could lose weight without exercise. Yes, I absolutely said that. You know, by literally reducing the amount of calories you're consuming and increasing the nutrients, you know, your body is naturally going to shed weight. Now, absolutely, exercise and doing some exercise is going to help, but I know many of you guys may not be used to even walking around the block and may have a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. So your bodies are not used to exercising. So in the beginning, right when doing the major transitioning changes and changing what you're eating, I'd maybe even recommend, you know, just not doing any exercise, just eating a lot healthier, like the healthiest you can, and then watch the weight shed off. And as you lose the weight, you're gonna have more energy, and when you got more energy, you're gonna wanna do something with it, you know? I like to make videos, and I like to go out and run errands, and I like to garden, I like to walk and jog and bike and do yoga. All kinds of things I like to do because I have the energy. So, you know, if you're discouraged at first, that's all right. You know, just work on the diet, consistently focus on the diet, and then later start incorporating the exercises as needed. This video mostly focused on what I believe you should be eating and what I would do if I was overweight and want to get healthy. The last thing I really want to go over in this video is that, you know, hopefully you're not just losing weight to lose weight, but hopefully you're losing weight to have a better life. You know, when you lose weight, there's less of you literally to walk around. It's a lot less strain on your muscles and bones. And when you have more energy, you get to enjoy life and do all the things you want. I've been living this lifestyle for the last 17 years now, and I know that you can do it too. I want to encourage you guys to check out my other videos at okraw.com to learn some of the other tips that I share to live a healthy lifestyle. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is John Kohler with okraw.com. We'll see you next time, and remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're the best.